Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. I'm going to have a look at a couple of different articles here. Two separate incidences, one in Australia, one in America, but pretty similar situation in which children were left in vehicles in the heat, and one little girl is still in critical condition, and one baby died. The girl in Australia is currently in critical condition, but there is signs of improvement. So we're going to start off by going through that situation. A little girl has been left fighting for her life after being left on a hot school bus for up to 6 hours. She was the only child that had been picked up on the bus. Her name is Nevaeh Austin. Hopefully, my pronunciation is okay. Nevaeh Austin. And she was collected from her home about 9 a.m. on Wednesday to attend a daycare center, a children's daycare center called Le Smiley's Early Learning Center at Gracemere near Rockhampton. Not sure if you might want to leave a Yelp review if you've ever frequented that premises. Nevaeh was found unconscious in the same van that she was collected in 6 hours later. She was left there all day. Paramedics were able to revive her and they rushed her to nearby Rockhampton Hospital. This second article here lets us know that she is in critical condition still, but there is some improvement. She's now breathing without assistance. She's also communicating. So the doctors are saying that she has stabilized a bit, or rather the police are saying that she has stabilized a bit. So that's, of course, good news. We hope and we pray that she does continue to improve. But she was left in the van, which, as far as we understand, the van is owned by the daycare center, the early learning center. Even if it isn't owned by them, certainly it's utilized by them. And there's at least two signs on the van saying check that children aren't left in the van, but unfortunately that has happened. The police are saying that the investigation is still in its early stages, but it does appear that she was the only passenger. And she is said to have been one of the, I think it says within the article, in an affable way, it describes Nevaeh as being one of the loudest children in the class. You couldn't miss her, you couldn't, it would be unfathomable to forget her. She lets herself be known. It says in a very you know amiable way. I think I'm using the right words. When they returned to the centre, the driver and one other person on the bus must have forgotten that Nevaeh was in there, was in the bus. There was a breach of policy. They have policies in place to check with the whereabouts of all the children, and seemingly these policies failed to have been adhered to by the early learning centre staff. I'll say that, and I'll throw in the word allegedly, and I'll throw in if I understand this article correctly, which I may not. So there is a full investigation going on hand. There's forensic officers really trying to figure out what happened. And part of the reason for this is because, of course, naturally, they don't want a situation like this repeating itself. And there are echoes between this case here with Nevaeh and a boy that died, I believe, in 2020, in February 2020, a boy, Malik Nicholas Floyd Namok Malamu, known as Miki, died after he was left in a hot school van following the morning pickup. So this type of thing has happened previously in Australia. To be honest, when I read through these Australian articles, true crime Australian articles, I am impressed by the police. They do seem to be extremely thorough, extremely professional, and they seem to be attempting to increase their level of efficiency. They're trying to figure out what to do better next time. They seem to have a very, very good approach. So I applaud them for that. Nevaeh was taken to Brisbane Hospital on Wednesday evening for an urgent deep brain scan and treatment on a failing kidney. As we've seen, her condition is critical but stable, and she seems to be improving. Her family are understandably distraught. So there's a picture of the Early Learning Centre, a daycare centre. Again, the police are taking the situation very seriously. The bus, the van, and the daycare centre have both been declared crime scenes. They're being fully forensically investigated. So they're doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing. The toddler, Nevaeh, is understood to have been found unresponsive in the van outside of the daycare around 2:50 p.m. when staff returned to the vehicle to do afternoon pickups. So she'd been picked up at 9 a.m. and left in the van unchecked, seemingly, allegedly, potentially, until 10 minutes before 3 o'clock all day. Presumably no water. Not having food is fine. That's not going to kill anybody, even a child. I mean, it's not good, but the important thing is the lack of water and the heat within a vehicle. Heats can get extremely high. Temperatures in Rockhampton reached a maximum of 29 Celsius on Wednesday, and of course that's going to be magnified within a glass box. So a vehicle is essentially a glass box. If it's not ventilated, which it wouldn't be once it's parked. So there we go. That's in regards to Nevaeh. So again, we hope and pray that she continues to make her recovery. I think there's room to feel positive, to feel confident that she will. But of course, that's not guaranteed. And of course, her entire family are completely besides themselves. As I mentioned, we're going to have a look at a second situation. And a baby has died, an 8-month-old girl. The father has been arrested. So this is, I'll say the word odd, but it's not really an appropriate enough word. I mean, it's a disgusting situation. This happened in Snellville, Georgia. The father, David Japez McCorry Waitley, 20 years of age, he was arrested. If I understand correctly, he went to the police station to speak with a custodian. Whilst there, he was arrested for violating probation, and he was taken or transported to another jail. In the meantime, his 8-month-old baby girl is sat in his car, which is in a car park. And this scumbag, Davied, is it David or Davied? I'm not sure. This 20-year-old father, scumbag father, doesn't tell anybody. So the police don't know that his 8-month-old daughter is in a car park somewhere, unattended. They don't know that. He's not told them. How are they supposed to know? So he's held for the remainder of the day. Whilst the baby girl, the 8-month-old girl, is stuck in the car. Seemingly the grandmother knew where the car was. We don't know how she knew. And seemingly the grandmother went to the vehicle at the parking lot and was able to retrieve the 8-month-old baby girl. And the grandmother took the baby girl to the emergency room, where she was pronounced dead. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just a terrible situation. It makes no sense why the 20-year-old, the father, why he wouldn't tell officers, okay, if you have to arrest me, okay, that's fine, but my baby girl is in the car. So, someone needs to attend. So, Seemingly, perhaps, I'm guessing, the 20-year-old father didn't want to get into trouble for leaving the 8-month-old baby girl in the car, so he arranged for the grandmother to go and pick her up. But seemingly the grandmother wasn't able to do that in a timely manner for whatever reason. I'm speculating, by the way. And lo and behold, the girl dies due to the heat. Temperatures in the metropolitan Atlanta area Tuesday afternoon reached 86 degrees Fahrenheit, I believe. It wasn't clear if any windows were left open in the car. So, an absolute tragedy there. Let's hope that this guy gets adequately charged for that. I mean, seemingly if it's not murder, if it's not manslaughter, I'm guessing that it would be negligence, child abuse of some kind, causing death. So let's hope that he gets an adequate sentence. So we're going to say some prayers for Nevaeh or Austin. We hope that she recovers swiftly and fully. We pray for her family, and we pray for the lost little 8-month-old girl. And, to the extended family for that baby girl, other than the scumbag father. So I'll wrap things up here, guys. If you do value this type of content, then please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. Your comments are the most important. Thanks very much. Let's have a conversation. Don't have to comment every single time, but if you've got something to say, please do. Take care, guys. Don't leave your children or your pets in cars. Just don't do it, okay? Don't do it. End of. Thank you.